Welcome back. They're often the difference between life and death when in an accident, but are your vehicle airbag, or the airbags rather, ready to deploy when you need the most? Brian Bowersock with West Escondido Automotive and Transmission joining us now. This is one thing on your vehicle that you hope you never need, but it better work when you do need it, right?
Correct. Obviously, it's a major safety feature that we went to in the early 90s. It's prevented a lot of deaths. In 1989, Chrysler is the first one that came out with passenger airbags in American cars, and since 1990, almost all manufacturers have airbags in their vehicles now.
But you say that sometimes they don't work. What's the problem?
Well, if you see an SRS or an airbag light on, anytime the light is illuminated on the dash, the system's in a safety mode, and no matter what, the airbag won't deploy. It's picked up a fault in the system, and it just shuts it all down. So if you're driving around with an airbag light on your vehicle, and you do get in an accident, your airbags will not deploy.
Okay, and we have a demonstration here that you're going to show us.
We have a couple airbags here. This is something, obviously, you hope you're never in an accident, you get to see up close. Most people have never seen airbags deployed. So I got to cut a door off a wrecked car that still has a good curtain airbag in it. We're going to see if we can get it to go. And then we also have one out of the dash. So I did this with Lynn Stewart once. Don't scream, okay? Because she screamed when we did it.
I promise I'll try not to. I'll try and restrain myself.
Restrain yourself. Pun intended. So let's see if we can get this to go. Like I said, this is a curtain airbag. This protects you from the side. Not all cars have curtain airbags. A lot of cars just have the driver and passenger front airbags.
But yeah, we were talking all American-made cars have been required to have these since 1990, right?
Correct. 1990 is when they started installing them in all American cars, but that's the steering wheel and the dash airbag for the passenger and the driver. Curtain airbags came into effect much later on, and now we have all kinds of airbag setups. Right. So let's give this a shot and see how it works, all right? That's a side impact airbag. It's fairly loud, an explosion. That's why it's really important when working on vehicles that have airbags in them that it's somebody qualified. Imagine if you were working on your door there and you shorted out the airbag. What would happen as far as with your head near that?
Yeah, that could easily, you could either break a limb or a nose or something if it came close to you, right?
Correct, absolutely. Let's hook up the other one and see what it does.
So Chrysler was the first American-made company to
first American-made company to use airbags, and in the middle 90s, there was actually the first head-on collision on the East Coast that both vehicles had airbags, and both people walked away from it. And that's when they started really looking into airbags and
saying,
making
hey,
a
these
decision.
things can really save some lives.
Save some lives, absolutely. You guys ready for this other one?
All right. Wow.
So,
I didn't scream.
You didn't scream. That was a good job. That's why it's very important, though, obviously, to have qualified people working on these. You imagine if you were working on the dash and your face was in front of that. That's also why infants, obviously, are supposed to be in the back seat of the car. It is quite an explosion. It does save lives, but it could become a danger if you're not qualified or don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, you've got to be you've got to have a certification.
There is no certification specifically to work on it. Just master technicians have gone to school on, the wiring on these and the safety precautions and how to disconnect them before you work on certain things. And there's just a lot of things we do to protect ourselves from working on a vehicle with airbags.
All right, so you want to be really careful who works on them. Make sure that they have plenty of experience, right?
Correct, absolutely.
Okay. All right, Brian Bowersock with West Escondido Automotive and Transmission. Thank you so much for coming in. Some great information.
Thank you.
And for more information, you just go to our website, sandiego6.com. Well, still ahead, the medical mistakes lots of us make when our eyes get itchy and red. Plus, there's no such thing as small when Carissa's making the shrimp. Get a recipe in time for dinner tonight. That's when SDL comes right back.